Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sachon here and welcome to my video. 15 tips and tricks for Tombs of Amascut. Let's not waste any more time, let's go. When starting the raid, always make sure to pre-pot and then do a specific order to save inventory space by not having to bring a stamina or a ranging potion, or both. In this case, for solos, I would recommend the following order. Krondis, which is Zebak, Scabaras, which is Kephri, Up-Mekken, which is Baba, and then finishing off with Het, aka Aka. This way you can take down Zebak with your pre-potted ranging potion, so you only have to bring a super combat for Kephri, the next room, since you don't really use range much there anyway. Also, bring DDS, more about that later. For solos in the puzzle room of Krondis, you can easily do sub 1 minute completions by dropping a potion, picking up the water jug, running to the end of the course, then carefully back deposit the water, barrage slash blitz, of course ice barrage slash blitz, the one crocodile that should spawn at this point, then do it again on the opposite side, being careful not to get hit on the way back. The 20 seconds from the barrage, or even if you're a bit faster, the 15 seconds from the blitz should be more than enough to keep the crocodile at bay, so you only have to do 2 runs, which is gonna make it very fast. If you have a Dragon Warhammer slash Dragon Claws, make sure to use these specs first, as you should still have your pre-potted super combat. Either do 1 Warhammer and then 1 Claw spec, or simply 2 Claw specs. If no Claws, then of course, then just do a double Hammer spec. And that, it's not a huge difference, but it should help speed up the DPS a little bit, especially on higher invocations. In the path of Scabaras, when you see this hieroglyphic number puzzle, here is a handy sheet you can use. If it's any of the numbers that you get in game on the sheet, you can just do that row or column. If it's not, then just do the closest number and then add whatever is, whatever you have to add. The order of the symbols never change, making this extremely useful regardless of raid level. So keep this one in mind. At the last puzzle, make sure to flip 2 or 3 tiles at least at a time to avoid having to run back more times than necessary. If you do it this way, you probably will not even run out of run energy or stamina in this room. Ergo, stamina potions are completely necessary, especially if you start with this room, but then stuff is a bit different. So, yeah, make sure you are more efficient, so don't just, flip 1 tile, then run to the next, then flip 1 tile there, then run to the next. Flip 2 or 3 at a time, so that you can remember the last ones, and then you get to the other side and flip 1, and you're like, oh, I saw that from the other side. So, yeah. When fighting Kephri, the Scarab or Calphite boss, you can use this simple method to not lose any DPS and to easily and comfortably avoid all of the mage attacks. I call it the Kephri hex-walking. It's really easy to learn, using the 2 tick interval to go diagonally, attack, go diagonally again, and attack, etc, etc. You can see it performed here. It's so easy to learn, and you will never take another hit from Kephri, at least not while focusing on her. Now, if you are low health in the Kephri encounter, whether from the puzzles before or you got hit by Kephri, you can blood barrage these bug swarms, which occasionally during the healing phase of the fight appear. And there's a lot of them, so don't worry. Yeah, just barrage them while praying from the main big scarab, or kill them first, up to you. And if there's none of those at the time, alternatively, since these annoying little things, the agile flying scarabs, which come from the eggs, they hatch from the brown eggs, always flee from you into one corner, opposite to you. So they will almost always be stacked in one tile, so you can blood barrage them as well for great efficiency of healing. Don't forget that if you want to save supplies, it's extremely useful. In the path of Up-Mekken, aka Monke, you have to endure 3 to 5 minutes of constant waves of monkeys. I recommend camping in one corner, up to you which one, and if you're low health, once again to save supplies, you can farm the summoned monkeys by the monkey shamans, the blue ones, to get efficient blood barrages off. Also the red meleeers will also work to you, so if you can kill these ones as well, since they are also weak to magic, that's an extra bonus. So just get those nice melee monkey stacks, and if you're low health, just barrage them. You won't have to use a single sip of supply in this room if you do this. In the boss fight of Baba, the monkey, if you do not have enough time to reach one of the rocks, the boulders, you can go next to a sarcophagus to halve your damage. So long as it has at least that much health still, and the monkeys have not destroyed it yet. This is very useful in dire situations, especially in teams, when you guys are like confused of like, you know, who goes where, and like, no, you said that, no, I said that, and like, you know, it's like a huge chaos. In the voice chat, if you can decide and you don't have enough space as a boulder, just run to one of the sarcophagus. If you have a bow of Ferdinand, aka Bofa, or even a blowpipe with trigger on lower invocations while being salted, and having at least amethyst darts, I believe, although it could be lower too, I haven't tested that much. You can one-hit these boulders, and as soon as the projectile reaches the boulder, run through it instantly. Even if the next wave is about to fall on you, just don't worry, just keep running. This is called boulder skipping, and it will speed up your runs tremendously. It might take a few tries to get the hang of it. For me it took a bunch of tries, but once you learn it, it will forever be a great tool for your speedruns for the future. In the path of Hat, special attacks are your best friend. Always save a bit of special attack for Aka's last phase, as you can take a lot of damage here if you aren't fast enough, and it will be draining your supplies tremendously. Even a DDS is great. You don't need like claws and all of this stuff, just a DDS, which you will bring anyway, which I will get to why in the next point. Now, in the final boss fight's first phase, which is the obelisk in the center of the room, unless you have a sight of Wither, I found it better to use either a blowpipe with good darts, or even better the bow of Ferdinand, aka Bofa, with crystal armor. Not only does it seem to be better damage than even a rapier and my bit of saddle which I've tested, but also lets you DPS while the yellow pyramid attack is happening, speeding it up even further. You really need speedy DPS here, because the longer you take, the more damage you'll take from these unavoidable, at least in solo, hits from the two Wardens while they're charging up. When Tumakan's Warden is down in solos, even at around 200 invocations, in my example in the video it's 215, you can take down the core in only 2 tries, but you have to be really fast for this, which will take a couple of tries. A good indication to know in the first phase if you had a tick perfect is if you're able to use all of your special attack energy except for 12 in the first cooldown phase of the Warden. So if you have 12 left at the end, you did very good. Then in the second phase again you have to be tick perfect and use any remaining specs which you regen while maging it, while sipping another dose of adrenaline, and then finish off with your best in slot melee weapon. The better your weapon, the easier this will be. Needless to mention that you need to be fully salted, so you need the swinging swords for this to work, and to have at least, I'd say, 90 strength and good melee strength gear. Like you can see me using. You don't need like Torva and stuff, you don't need that much, but you need to have like a decent strength for sure. In the final phase of the boss, which is a Litanisis Warden, these red skulls will be ejected eventually around 4 times during the whole duration of the fight. The higher your invocations, the faster they have to be killed, otherwise you will take massive damage. You and your whole team, and it's unavoidable, especially if using the Insanity invocation. Now this can easily be done with skull ticking, which is simply just killing the skulls in a 1 tick interval order. I found this to be the hardest with the H skull shape phase, but with some practice it is really easy to pick up, not to mention how satisfying it is to do and to watch. You can use any melee weapon to do this, no ranged or mage weapon though, so no staff and no bow. But you can use your scythe, DDS, Blade of Saldor, Rapier, Mace, even just put on your defender and just kick it or punch it. That's actually one of the most satisfying ways to do it. Although the scythe one looks the most badass, if I'm completely honest. But yeah, it's very fun to do. Go for it, guys. Alright, I am glad you guys made it this far, you are awesome. Now, we are all doing the raid for the money, although hopefully many of us are also finding joy and fun in it while doing it. Although the most exciting part, undoubtedly, is the reward room, seeing whether or not there is a purple aura around the sarcophagus. It is important to extend and milk this moment of excitement to give you energy for more raids, for it can be exhausting in the long term, we all know that. As such, zoom in on your character before entering the reward area and slowly walk towards the sarcophagus, and then suddenly the purple color will fade into your camera view, or most likely the white color. Thank you guys for watching, and I really hope this is gonna help you guys out in the long grind of the new raid, because it's gonna take a long time, but it's so worth it because the prices of some of the items are insanely good. So, thank you for watching, and please enjoy and please have good luck. I believe in you. I'm sending some good luck towards you guys, okay? So, thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!